Welcome to The Common Fan, your go-to podcast for SEC smack talk, top 25 game day predictions, and fan-first football takes in college or the NFL. Here is your host, Bryce Tillman. So grab a drink, pull up a chair, and let's talk ball.
Yes, sir. Another episode of The Common Fan. I'm your host, Bryce Tillman. Thank you so much for making us a listen every single day. Joining me is Cameron Hell State Williams today and Kyle Superhero Do It. And guys, golf claps because it's another week. Let's get it. We had a lot of good football going on this weekend, boys, and we are going to dive into it today, talking about this college cinema that we've seen over the weekend. But before we get started, we got to tell y'all real quick to please, if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it to all your friends, spread the word, and then we're going to do a little ad read and we're going to dive into it. Today's episode of the Common Fan Podcast is brought to you by sharp42.ag, proudly sponsored by Joe Allen. If you're ready to take your college football Saturdays and NFL Sundays to the next level, sharp42.ag has you covered. With sharp betting lines, expert analysis, and the fastest payouts in the game, sharp42.ag makes sure you never miss your chance to win big. So thank you, Joe Allen, for making this possible and supporting fans like us who live and breathe college football and the NFL. Don't just watch the games. Get in on the action. Visit sharp42.ag today and bet smarter with the best. If you're interested in joining sharp42.ag, comment below. We will get you started. And guys, if you use sharp42.ag this weekend and y'all listen to anything we had on the podcast to say, y'all won some money. So kudos. I got a little bit in my pocket, boys. So I don't know if y'all did, but we definitely nailed some predictions this week.
I don't, because I went against Mississippi State. The one reason.
Told you, dude. Hey, beginning of the season, and I've been ripping on Bryce. I've been ripping on Bryce a little bit because he's got a lot of energy toward Auburn, and I like to pick with him about it. But Kyle from the beginning said, "I'm just not big on Mississippi State. I'm just not big on Mississippi State this year. They suck." So
I wasn't. I didn't say they suck.
So I mean that's a good starting point of today's show. We'll talk about that right there. We had the Mississippi State Bulldogs hosting Arizona State Sun Devils, who was ranked number 12 in the nation. Cameron, I know that me and you had this game as a win for Mississippi State, and we said if they didn't win it, they would at least cover the spread. But they won it, man. And I want you to dive in and talk about it to us. Tell us what you think about your Mississippi State Bulldogs.
I feel like this week was a week that we needed to show ourselves what we could do. Like the team itself, I feel like they brought a lot of people in. But first drive, 2 minutes in the drive, I'm texting you on a group chat, hey, up 7-0, 5 plays, drove 70 yards and scored a touchdown. By the end of the first quarter, going in the second quarter, we was up 17-0. Great pass game, 2 deep balls for touchdowns, and then stalemate. Like, went into conservative defense and really stayed there till halftime. They scored 3 because of penalties going into halftime. Come out after halftime, and they drove the ball down our throat. I'm talking about we couldn't stop them. And they went 90 yards, scored a touchdown, went back again, come all the way to tie it up. And then we didn't have no answer for them. They went and scored 20 points unanswered. And we had a third and goal. They were fixing to go up a touchdown. And we held them on the goal line. Great defensive stop. They kicked the field goal with a minute left to go. And we got the ball, and it was history, man. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I've seen that movie way too many times. I've seen the ending. I'd give up, honestly. I was like, man, this is the same thing. We give away a good ball game. We had it in the bag. But Shapen delivered. He gave hope to Starkville and gave everyone a little light. I want to give some backstory on this, though. So everyone knew this was going to be the turning point of our season. Since the beginning, we talked about going 6-6, getting to a bowl game. But to do that, we had to win this game. And Shaping comes out. He knows it. Dude, they're fans. Like, I know we give each other some crap in the SEC, but not once did we downgrade and really hit on somebody's state or talk crap about their state. These dudes was calling everyone from the South rodents. I mean, just really pretty nasty stuff. And so I felt
they're
like
from Arizona. They're from Arizona, out of all states.
Yeah.
Arizona? Come on, man.
So Sam Levitt, the quarterback for ASU. Go ahead, Kyle.
No, I was just saying I was actually I was saying that I was actually out there in Arizona. I was in Arizona in January where their stadium's at, and that's the only thing that's really there except for really nice golf courses. But I mean, their stadium's phenomenal. It's pretty sweet, but I mean, I don't know. It ain't nothing like Mississippi State.
It wasn't the SEC. So, anyways, coming into this game, there was a lot of trash talk. And Sam Levitt, their quarterback, was on the Heisman short list from preseason. They was in the playoffs last year, took Texas down to overtime to the wire. I mean, good team. They lost Scatterbo and the running back in the draft, but still a good team. They was the most returning production in college football. And we come out on defense and hit them in the mouth. We held Sam Levitt to 82 yards passing the entire game. I mean, really contained him. And anyways, so Levy knew it was a big game. And the night before, they had a Bulldog bash. They got
I don't know what he's got going on right now. We'll take it.
Anyways, so Levy knew it was a big deal. We needed all the fans there. I wanted to be there so bad. Anyways, big concert. Chris Lane was there, and the people showed up. The fans showed up. And when I tell you, they said it was so loud there, and it did. It was so loud it affected the play snaps. Even the announcers said it is crazy how loud this place is. One of the loudest I've ever heard it there. So I want to give a big shout out to them dogs. If you ain't a dog, then you dog food. And
yeah, hey, congratulations on the win, man. Like you said, Sam Levitt only 10 for 22, 82 yards, only one touchdown, 2 interceptions. Blake Shaping coming in 19 for 33, 279 yards, 8.5 yards per attempt, averaging for 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Now, collectively, Mississippi State didn't really run the football very well. Flood Bothwell only 8 for 34. Booth was only 9 for 33. And at Arizona State, man, they had 251 yards on the ground on 51 carries. And, if you'd have told me coming in this game, hey, Arizona State put 251 yards on the ground, they run the football 51 times, I'd have been like, they probably won that game. Like, just honestly. Yeah. But, hey, shout out Mississippi State, man. Shout out Brennan Thompson. We got a little graphic for him. Check that out right there. And the all black was so cold, dog. That was perfect. Hey,
that dude's fast. That dude's super fast. I want to say they clocked him at 22.4 miles an hour. One of the fastest wide receivers in the game right now.
Yeah, just super happy for Mississippi State. Jeff Lebby needed that. That team needed that. And I've seen it all over social media. Me and you talked about it, and I agree with it. There's not another team in this country that deserved a win like that than Mississippi State after everything they've had happen over the years. Congratulations. Y'all get y'all's roses on that one. So, now, okay, we got Kyle back here. See if we can get him back on now.
Yeah, and saying that too, I had Ole Miss fans calling being like, y'all need to destroy these guys. Like, they are talking mad crap about our state, and that ain't cool. So,
yeah, well,
I think
like I said, they got it, and it was good. I'm glad to see them get it going. My buddy Kyle is having some major technical difficulties with us, ain't he? All right. Well, I'll tell you who didn't have a good weekend, Cameron. And that's Florida. That's Florida. South Florida comes into Gainesville and beats them 18-16 on a last few second field goals, man. What are we doing in Gainesville, Cameron? What are we doing?
What about that bad snap on that punt? That was the 2 points costing the game. That was it.
Yeah.
I told you.
I was at the game at Auburn, so I didn't get to see a lot of this game, but I kind of went back and covered some of the highlights and stuff. And we said on the show that we thought that Florida would win, but we didn't think that they would cover the spread. And again, we were wrong. So if we told y'all or persuaded y'all to take USF in this game, then congrats, y'all got it. But Byron Brown, 23 for 36, 263 yards and a touchdown, no interceptions. Collectively, the team of South Florida rushed on 29 carries for 128 yards. But DJ Lagway was only 23 for 33. He did have 222 yards, but he had an interception. I can't say that this game was necessarily on Lagway. I think it just comes down to pure coaching. I think coaching's the issue with this team, Cameron.
So what have I told you since preseason? I think that before the state game, Billy is going to be gone. There's no way he survives. So I looked up at a graphic today, and I should have sent it to you to put it on the show. But every coach before, even Dan Mullen, was I got it right here. Okay, Dan Mullen was 31-9.
The first 40 games. Yeah.
The first 40 games. 31-9 in the first 40 games, and he got fired. Jim McElwain was 22-12. He got fired before his 40th game. Will Muschamp was 24-16. He got fired. And Urban Meyer was 31-9, and he got fired. So Billy Napier, as of right now, in 40 games, he is 20-20. So he doesn't even meet the lowest one that's gotten fired. So I do not – his slate ahead of him the next couple of weeks. Oh, my buddy's gone, buddy. He's out of it.
It's poor work ethic. It's poor coaching decisions, and it's just a absolutely spit in the face to the state of Florida to see the Florida Gators becoming this, and it's becoming repetitive. And I just think that Florida fans deserve better, and I don't think Billy Napier's giving them better options. Right? I mean, we've went through 3 coaches in the past 5 years too. I get it. Nobody wants to go through that. But I tell you one thing. I promise you Auburn wouldn't sit here and let Hugh Freeze be 20-20 before they got rid of him. They was already talking about it if he didn't pick it up this year. Yeah. So, look, you don't do that at the University of Florida. It doesn't happen there. And I don't see Napier finishing out the season now. That was bad. That was a bad showing.
Their next few games, LSU, Miami, who's going to be
loss.
All right, Texas,
loss.
Texas A&M,
loss.
That's their next 4. Then they got to meet Mississippi State, who I don't think they're slouches anymore. I think they got something.
Loss.
Then they got Georgia. There's no way he survives that stretch, right?
Look,
am I right?
If he's gone, and there's an intern coach in there, they won't beat Mississippi State. They won't.
That's what I'm banking on.
Look, I hate it for them, and that roster, man, it is just loaded with just pure talent. But the talent only gets you so far. You got to get coached. They're not getting coached the right way. So, who did have a good showing in the SEC though? Oklahoma beating Michigan. Top 20 matchup, college game day. Oklahoma wins 24-13. Bryce Underwood for Michigan only went 9 for 24, 142 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Team collectively rushed 32 carries, 146 yards and a touchdown. John Mateer went 21 for 34, 270 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception with a QBR of 79.2. I mean, not bad. It's not the best, but it's not bad. I mean, he carried the football too. 19 carries for 74 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. So collectively, the team went 40 for 138 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, with the only 2 rushing touchdowns being from John Mateer. Cameron, I think you watched a lot of this game. Like I said, I was at the Auburn game, so they was playing the same time this one was. I just caught some highlights of it, but the overall, give me your opinion on this game overall from start to finish.
I felt like there was a lot of it was a defensive game for a while there. they moved the ball a little bit, and then they take a step back. There was an interception. So there wasn't a whole lot of action. It was kind of that, let's wear them down type play. Let's see if we can get a mistake made and then push the ball. But never really happened until later in the game to when John Mateer started doing more scrambling, opening up the field more, and then he started rushing for touchdowns. So overall, hey, I'm not going to lie to you. Bryce Underwood come out that first drive, and he was slinging it. And I was like, this dude is the real deal. And but they made a stop. Oklahoma went in, put the first points on the board, and then they just stayed steady. I mean, it was just an all-around good effort, good ball play. They controlled the game, had that one interception, but for the most part, didn't have it was a pretty clean game.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Michigan, we've kind of talked about it a few times. They kind of have a pretty respected defense. And, to my knowledge right here, what I'm looking at, it was 14-0 at halftime. Michigan comes out, gets it in 14-13 third quarter. They score, makes it 21-13 Oklahoma, and then they just kick a field goal fourth quarter. So I think it was still a defensive battle pretty much all game. Mm-hmm. And you would have to assume that if Michigan hadn't just been down by 14 points at half, they might could have come out and had a little bit of a scrappier, second half. But, hey, this is still two teams. Michigan has nothing to hang their heads on. It's early in the season. They'll be all right in the Big Ten.
Not conference play.
They'll be all right in the Big Ten. They can still shake some things up and rattle it. And I'm telling you, we talked about it last week in the show. If you're Oklahoma, you want to be playing Bryce Underwood in his second college start. You don't want to be playing him week 11 or 12 like them when they go play Ohio State, because that kid's he's got tons of talent. He's going to be good. It was just his first road test, kind of like Arch Manning, right? I mean, it was his first on the road test, and they just come up short. So, but hats off to Oklahoma, 2-0. So, we'll see how the rest of the season shakes out. I know a lot of people are high on John Mateer, and maybe by the end of it, I'll be a little bit higher on him. But right now, we'll just have to see. But I would tell you, the SEC, this daggone Ole Miss Kentucky game, that was just awesome to watch, Cameron.
Ole Miss and Kentucky? Yeah. Hey, man, look, I watched that game, and they made good plays. Austin Simmons made good plays, but the dude is very trigger happy, and he is not scared to throw that ball, and got him in trouble twice. 2 interceptions, back after back. Lane Kiffin ran out on the field and was telling Simmons to calm down, like run out actually on the field because he was like, you got to chill out. And for a while there, Kentucky was – they were in it until the fourth quarter when they kicked the field goal. When Ole Miss kicked the field goal to go up 10 points. But Zach Calzada, they pushed the ball down. They got a pretty good running scheme going there. But all around, it was a ball game, and I really thought they'd go in there and blow Kentucky out. And honestly, it wasn't a blowout. Kentucky hung in there with them, and then Austin Simmons went down around the fourth quarter with his ankle. They spatted him up. He was in a lot of pain, couldn't put no weight on it. 10 minutes later, he's walking around on the sideline feeling better, but never come back in the game until they was kneeling the ball out to win the game. So also Zach Calzada hurt his shoulder. So both backup quarterbacks went in the fourth quarter playing each other. So might be something to pay attention to the next couple of weeks with those two teams. But Ole Miss got the win. I guess that's all that matters.
Yeah, and according to ESPN, the whoever the backup quarterback was that come in didn't attempt to pass. So, because it's just showing team stats and Simmons stats right here. 13 for 24, 235 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions with an 80.3 QBR. Zach Calzada was 15 for 30, 149 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions for a 30.1 QBR. I need to get educated on how the QBR works because Simmons had more yards passing, but he had interceptions.
Yeah.
Calzada didn't, and he has a 30.1 QBR. So I'm not sure how they gauge that.
I think it goes by a lot of the completions too. So Zach Calzada, if I remember right, he did not have a lot of completions.
He had 15 completions or 15 incompletions, and Austin Simmons had 11 incompletions. So I don't know. Anyway, Ole Miss comes out. They find a way to win at the end, 30-23. They had 222 yards rushing collectively as a team. Kewan Lacey had 138 yards by himself. He's pretty good. Kewan Lacey's pretty good running the ball.
Hey, I mentioned it too, but Kendrick Law, one of the transfers from Alabama, he made some good plays for Kentucky, and I was surprised that they didn't go to him more. He was their playmaker.
6 receptions, 44 yards, averaging 7.3 a reception.
Yeah.
So, not bad.
Pretty good. Yeah,
not bad. Harrison Wallace III, the receiver for Ole Miss, had 4 receptions for 117 yards. How about that? Pretty good.
Hey, Austin Simmons can sling it. He can, but like I said, he's young. He's trigger happy, and now he's got a bummed up ankle apparently. So, and it's his throw, his power foot. He's left-handed, so it's his driving foot. So we'll have to just pay attention to that.
Hopefully, have a speedy recovery and come on back. I don't like seeing any.
No, not at all.
Let's see here. All right. Well, South Carolina struggled with South Carolina State. I mean, the scoreboard don't show it now at 38-10, but Lenore Sellers was only 11 for 19, 128 yards, touchdown. But Cameron, I think that South Carolina State was leading 3-0 second quarter of that game. Right up for half, it's like South Carolina opened up on some big plays real quick, got 17-3 at halftime, and then they scored their points third quarter to get them to 38. They didn't score another point in the fourth quarter.
No, and Sellers did not have a lot of yards that game either. We talked about. They had a rain delay, and the game was delayed for a while, so they come back in and play late. And I don't know if that affected them or what, but they just did not get the ball moving.
Yeah. Alabama ends up beating Louisiana Monroe 73-0, and they took every bit of the frustration they had out from week one on poor old ULM. Ty Simpson looked completely different in this game than he did against Florida State, coming out 17 for 17, 226 yards, 3 touchdowns, and then he got out, and it's like the backup's done just as good when they come in. So maybe that was a good wake-up call for Alabama, and maybe they'll come out and, they got Wisconsin next week, and I think the following game after that's going to Georgia, playing Georgia. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. All
right, now we're looking at the Clemson and Troy game. Troy was winning this game, Cameron, 16-0 in the second quarter right before halftime. Like, Troy was just pouring it to them, man. It seemed like anything that Clemson was trying to get going, they couldn't get going. Troy was finding the way. And then what does that always end up with these smaller schools, right? They get gassed out. They lose momentum. Second half, Clemson found a way to come in and score 27 unanswered points in the third and fourth quarter. Clemson ends up winning 27-16.
Yeah, and I know you was big on Clemson at the beginning of the season. I think you even picked them to be the national champions, right?
I picked them to be in it. Yeah, I picked them to be in it.
I'll be honest with you, man. Cade Klubnik, he was decent last year. I just never got bought in on that hype. I knew they brought some transfers in, but ever since Georgia beat them 30-3 last year, I just didn't feel like they was back all the way. But I'm with you. I don't know if Klubnik's in a slump right now. It seems like he dug his way out of that one and brought it back. But
he didn't do very good. He did very good. He was 18 for 24, 196 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. So, I mean, he didn't have very good, just wow numbers. But, I mean, hey, at the end of the day, you found a way to win, right? It's like we was talking about, last year, with Kirby Smart's playing in Kentucky, the saying come out that sometimes there's games in, there's games that you lose, and the games you just try to survive and make it out of. And I just feel like that's what they did. They just had to make it out of it, live, fight another week. So maybe they can go back, got plenty of film to work on, and get after it before they start playing ACC play. Georgia and Austin Peay, look, they went into a delay, but Georgia only put up 28 points this game. 28-6 was the final. Gunnar Stockton was 26 for 34 for 227 yards. He finished the day with a QBR of only 40.3.
Yeah, that's not good. So I only caught bits and pieces of that game. I looked at the highlights, and what I noticed on the highlights was their offensive line looked like it was getting penetrated pretty easily. I seen a lot of tackles in the backfield, or at least ankle grabbing in the backfield by Austin Peay. So I don't know if that's like a weakness spot for Georgia this year's offensive line, or maybe that's what's causing Gunnar not to have great stats right now. But I feel like Kirby is fixing to go in there and have a talk with them boys and straighten the thing out.
Yeah, now collectively they rushed fine. They run the football 40 times for 190 yards. So collectively they run the ball pretty good. They allowed Austin Peay to pass for 151 yards on them, but they did get an interception. So, I mean, this is kind of one of them things too. You typically don't really see Georgia run up scores like this on these teams. Most of the time, Kirby stays around the 35-point, 38-point range, but I think that he would have certainly liked to score more than 28 points in this game if I had to imagine.
So who does Georgia play next week? I think it's Tennessee, right?
It is Tennessee.
Okay. So what I listen to a lot of podcasts, surprise. But what I was told was Kirby was being very vanilla on this one because Tennessee is a lot hotter than what people expected to be in my eyes. So I believe they're putting a little more weight on them. And I like you said, they run a ton. And they don't like just run up the score on these little teams like that. So I feel like this was more of a showing of, hey, let's just go in here, run the ball, stay healthy, keep the injuries down, and win the game, and let's leave. I feel like that's what it was. They didn't really want to show a bunch of their hand for next week. So maybe that's something to pay attention to next week too, to see if they really open up the pass game.
Well, I can tell you who didn't worrying about opening up their playbook or showing Georgia was Tennessee, because they beat East Tennessee State 72-17, and they just kept pouring it on them. And I was going to bring you to a question I was going to ask you. How do you feel? What's your stance on the not having a lot of information for film versus putting a lot of stuff on film and making sure a team has to cover all of it, make sure they're around all of it? Because me, in my opinion, I think I take the approach as I want this team to have to prepare for as much stuff as they can. Like, for instance, last night, if I'm Auburn, I'm wanting to get some stuff on tape for Oklahoma coming up in a couple of weeks. I wanted Jackson Arnold in there running RPO and down the field throws, right? I wanted Ashton Daniels coming in on some Wildcat packages, busting out some QB runs. I want a Deuce Knight coming in there for a package just for him. Like, to me, I think, and maybe this ain't why I'm a coach, but I think I would better have all this stuff on film and make sure a coach has to prepare for all of it versus let me just keep it sheltered right here and just kind of surprise them. I mean, what's your stance on that? How do you feel about that?
I feel like there's pros and cons to it because I'm with you what you're saying. You're saying have so much ammunition that they really don't know what's coming. They don't know what to expect, but they know you can do all of it. So kind of keep them at bay, But I will say this about Mississippi State. So against Southern Miss, we had a huge run game. I mean, that's mainly we have the first drive, we scored a touchdown off of a tight end screen, or drag on it. But that was really the only deep pass we really went after. And then right off the bat, we come out here to the top 12 team, ASU, and what do we do the first quarter is we drive the ball downfield for deep plays with all go routes and paid off. So I feel like there's there's different ways to look at it. The only thing I wouldn't do is I wouldn't show my hand with any trick plays like reverses.
Yeah, no.
I wouldn't fake. I wouldn't go against Austin P and do a fake punt, or you know what I mean. Not. It's not worth it. So
no, it's not.
But at the same time, I get what you're saying. It's not a bad idea to have so much ammunition to where their question, like, they can throw deep. Do we need to be making sure we're covering deep and then open up the run game, or vice versa?
Well, it's like I want them to go out there in their 21 personnel, and I want them to run 4 different packages off that 21 personnel. That way, when that defense is on the other side of her and he's looking, he's like, well, they're in the 21 personnel, but they done 4 different formations off of it. Like, they ran 4 different packages. Like, we're just kind of got to just guess here, and take your reads. So I think it's got, like you said, it's got pros and cons to it, but I think that I would rather have film loaded and make them prepare for all of it. But I could see where it would kind of hurt you as well. So, all right, last game that we'll touch on right here before we go through a couple other scores. Baylor versus SMU in a double overtime. It's a big rivalry between these two schools. Baylor has beaten them now 14 seasons in a row, or 14 times in a row is what they've beat SMU. They take it out with a 48-45 win. Sawyer Robinson, man, and look, we was talking about it today. This kid is good, dude. He's good. He can spin a football, right? 34 for 50. I mean, he's throwing the ball 50 times a game too. So 440 yards with 4 touchdowns, no interceptions with a 91.9 QBR. And Cameron, in a game, you really can't ask better than that.
No, that's good stats. So what I do remember about this game is, wasn't SMU up by a pretty good bit before halftime?
24. They finished the half 24-21. They did get up to, I think, it might have been like 21-0 or 24-0 before.
Yeah, it was something like that. And I don't know if they kind of went into conservative, SMU, but they were ranked and they were predicted to be, right there amongst them. SMU can score. They can score. But I'm with you. Sawyer Robertson, he come out and made a showing. That dude can throw a football, and he done what he had to do. It made it happen.
Yeah, they scored a rush 100 for 161 yards, so 600 yards total offense. SMU, Kevin Jennings went 16 for 22, 295, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. And then the team collectively rushed for 163 yards. So, hey, shout out to Baylor. They got the win, though, double overtime. So that's a good ranked win they got. Some other notable games. Ohio State beat Grambling 70-0. Penn State beat Florida International 34-0. LSU and Louisiana Tech only 23-7. I feel like Nussmeier and LSU's defense is good, but they had a few little slips on offense they got to adjust, especially getting ready to play Florida. Oregon manhandled Oklahoma State, Cameron, 69-3. Like, hey,
that might be I think that might be that mysterious one this year in the playoffs. I think Oregon might sneak in there and be pretty good.
Hey, look, you remember in the preseason predictions, I had Dante Moore winning the Heisman. So he's a sneaker. So we'll see. All right, let's go. Oh, Iowa State, Iowa, and we told y'all that we like the under on this game, and it didn't fail. Iowa State wins 16-13.
Rocco Beck.
What a boring game, man.
Yeah, but Iowa State, they have increased their offense by a lot the past couple of years.
Yeah. Yep. So, all right, now the new rankings come out today. Let's pull them up. Let's talk about that real quick.
Hey, I was in a chat feed today talking football, and I told all the Auburn and the Missouri people that they were welcome for Mississippi State opening up a couple spots for them.
Yeah, we thank you. We thank you for your service, kind sir. Hey, all right. So Ohio State stays at 1. It's all the way the same. Georgia dropped down to number 6. They only dropped 2 spots. I guess the AP didn't like what they seen in that Austin Peay game. South Carolina dropped down a spot. Florida State, ranked number 10, son. How about that?
What Miami? Where's Miami at?
Number 5. Where's Florida at? Not freaking ranked.
Poor Billy. He's gone,
Hey,
ain't he?
every school in the state of Florida is ranked right now. You got South Florida coming in at 18. You got Florida State at 10. You got Miami at 5. Where's Florida? Not in the top 25. So Michigan dropped all the way down to 23. Auburn was not ranked previously. They come in at 24. Missouri was not ranked previously. They come in at 25. And yes, sir. Everything else pretty much stayed the same. Ole Miss went up 3 spots. Tennessee went up 7 spots. So a lot of adjusting went on. Alabama moved on back up into the top 20 at number 19. So,
hey, Mississippi State has 52 votes.
Yeah, I seen that.
Votes.
Yeah, 52
I'm
votes,
tell you,
man.
I'm going to tell you, they're going to be 4-0 here in a couple weeks. If everything goes right like it should. I think they might sneak in that top 25 there before it's over with.
So let's talk about this. Arizona State still received 94 votes to get ranked. All right. BYU received 92 votes to get ranked. Florida received 70 votes to get ranked. Mississippi State with 52. But tell me how Baylor beat a top 25 team and they only received 7 votes to get into the top 25. I think they got a little shafted on that. But Baylor fans, there is a few all that tune into my show. I've talked to you. If you're listening to this, keep handling your business. You will get into the top 25. I promise. I got faith in y'all. I think y'all have a good chance in the Big 12 this year.
I do too. Because ASU's weak.
Yeah. You Sun Devils, quit talking about our state. Take that. Take that and shove that and smoke it. How about that? You bunch of rejects.
I got so many arguments on Twitter over the weekend.
All right, Cameron, anything else you want to add to it?
Man, I'm just glad college football is back. It has been action every weekend.
Some people's teams are 2-0. Some are 1-1. Some are 0-2. So. I
did see a thread today. I think there's only like 52 teams that are still undefeated.
Is your team still undefeated, Cameron?
Yes, sir.
Mine is too. So.
As of right now. Hey, there's some SEC kickoff.
Hey, I was going to tell you this too. I was going to point this out. 11 SEC teams are ranked in the top 25 right now.
Hey,
so please, for the love of God, everybody quit saying that we're not the best conference because we clearly are. Would you please just relax on that?
It just means
Vandy come in and beat Virginia Tech too.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie to you. I wasn't super hyped on Vandy this year, but man, it's hard not to like Diego Pavia. Yeah, it's hard not to.
I'm still not sold on them, but congratulations on the win. I don't think that they'll – I don't know. We'll see. Nobody knows. It's crazy. Football's crazy right now, man.
It is. Virginia Tech gave South Carolina a decent run, and for Vandy to go in there and handle business,
Yep, I agree. Well, guys, again, thank y'all for listening to the show. Please, if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it to all your buddies. And if your buddies are Florida Gators fans, tell them we're sorry, and they'll be in our thoughts and prayers.
Hey, before you go, let's talk about that for a second. Before you go, you ain't got nothing else to do. Who you think is going to be next head coach of Florida? I heard a crazy one today. I'll let you think about it when I tell you this. Alex Golish. What if they offered him the team that just beat them last weekend?
Maybe. I could see that. I could also see Glenn Schumann, defense coordinator for Georgia. I could see him going. I could see Dan Lanning possibly getting a phone call if he wants to get into the SEC.
I don't think he will. He's making too much money on it.
John Summerall.
That's who I'm
Tulane's coach.
I'm betting on John Summerall. I think he's going to be a great SEC coach.
John Gruden. Lord.
No.
That'd be insane. I honestly don't know, man. It wouldn't shock me if they call Auburn's defense coordinator, DJ Durkin. Wouldn't surprise me. He's been a head coach before and defensive guru. But I think that Florida's going to hit a home run hire this time. I think that if they get one, they're going and they're spending money.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Money talks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I heard one today too. Can you see Lane Kiffin in Florida?
Oh, man.
For the right amount of money.
Yeah, I could see him going. I don't think that would be a smart move for Florida, but I could definitely see him going there. I'm not sold on Kiffin yet. You know, he's got to win a big game at Ole Miss for me.
I agree, but if he's claiming this is his roster, it's his roster. Well, last year he had the best roster in college football with Dart. 9-3. 9-3. I don't know. I just heard that. That was interesting. I was going to bring that up. I don't know. I feel like his seat's the hottest, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you, I'm calling it out now. I know we haven't done predictions yet, but I think that Arkansas-Ole Miss game this weekend is going to be a showing. I think it's going to be. Hey, right now, the QBR rating, Taylor Green's leading it in the SEC. So he's playing ball. I know they haven't played anybody yet, but I think it's going to be a good.
I don't know. That would be interesting for sure. So that would be huge, and I hope that would give Arkansas fans or the University of Arkansas enough faith to go ahead and sign Sam Pittman for another 5 years after that.
They will. They will. But
all right, so Wednesday we have our NFL recap, and we'll talk about some other upcoming NFL games, touch on a little bit of college football throughout the week with it, and we will also drop our predictions for Week 3 Friday morning, so don't miss out. Guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. What you got?
Hey, asking about what y'all think about a live show?
Yeah. Hey, if y'all want to, we've been talking about doing it, but we don't want to get on live and only have like 3 people on there. So if you're into it and y'all want to do it, comment below, text us, tell us that y'all are down for it, and we'll do a live show. That would be fun. We can come over here on a Sunday evening like we're doing now, record now that drops on a Monday, but we can go live on Sunday night, and the people that missed it on Sunday night can listen to it Monday morning when it drops. So This the idea. Y'all let us know. Tune in. We appreciate it. All right, guys. It's been another episode of Common Fan. We'll holler at y'all Wednesday morning.
You've been listening to The Common Fan. See y'all next time. Same tailgate.